everyone, welcome to another video on parenting tips and tricks. If you would like a handout to follow along with this video, please use the link in the video description or go to the Galvin Growth Group website. So our videos up until now have discussed techniques involving behavior changing tools for children, including toddlers and elementary school age children, all the way through preteens. Today, I will discuss how to apply some of those techniques to adolescents. So there are going to be two videos that focus on behavior changing strategies for adolescents. Today's video will focus on how to adapt the behavior change tools we have discussed in other videos so they can be applied effectively to adolescents. And the second video, which Serena will talk about next week, introduces new tools that are especially useful with adolescents. So the period of adolescence can be challenging, but most adolescents get through this period without major crises, and of course, so do their parents. But there are major changes and struggles that adolescents go through during this time. So some changes are they go through this period of engaging in risky behaviors, and also their brain development is a major change in their life. And then there's so much going on with adolescents, and a national survey found that adolescents are very stressed by what's going on in their lives. And some of these stressors can be quite different from what were in previous generations. So what can parents do to help adolescents through this time that they're struggling? Well, obviously, there's many actions that parents can take to help them manage these difficult times. And some tools that they can use are changing behavior tools that we've discussed in previous videos, such as praise, replacement behaviors, shaping, timeout, and many others. But you might have to apply them a little differently. So I'm going to talk about 3 different techniques and how you can apply them for your adolescents. So the first one is praise. This is one of our most effective behavior changing tools that we have. So it's a special praise that follows a behavior that you wish to change. So with an adolescence, you have three ingredients. So the first one is that you still need the praise itself, just not over the top. So if it's a young kid, right, we're gonna say, "Good job, Johnny, that was awesome. I'm so proud of you." You're gonna jump up and down and go, "Woohoo, that was awesome." But with an adolescent, you're gonna be a little bit more calm in a more matter-of-fact kind of way, just saying, "Hey, Johnny, that was great. I'm proud of you." So you don't have to be over the top again. Whisper praise would even be great. Remember, our adolescents, they can be embarrassed by their parents. And so not making a big deal out of the praise, but making sure that you still provide it. The second ingredient for praise is to say exactly what you are praising and in concrete terms. So you might say, "Hey, it was really nice when you spent an hour playing with your younger brother the other day. That was really cool of you." Or, "Thank you for letting me know you're going to be late coming home tonight." So making sure that you state it without that over enthusiasm, but making sure that it's still clear and specific about what you're praising. And the third ingredient of praise is to provide some nonverbal support or nonverbal cue that you add to the praise. So it could be a high five or a thumbs up or a little pat on the back or a nudge or a head nod, any sort of nonverbal cue that adds to the praise. So praise was our first technique. Our second technique is attending and planned behavior. So attending is noticing when someone is doing some behavior that you wish to increase and then providing attention. And attention could be smiling, asking pleasant questions, talking nicely, giving them a hug, or pat on the back. Praise can definitely be one of these examples of attention, but there are many others besides just praise. The planned ignoring is systematically ignoring or not paying attention to the behaviors you wish to decrease. So one way or one sign that might be a good idea for you to use attending and planned ignoring is if you find yourself regularly complaining to yourself or your partner or your teenager about how difficult it is sometimes to interact with your adolescent. So if you find yourself in this predicament, the first thing you can do is pay special attention to the positive conversations around the house, or while you're grocery shopping, or in the car, when they come home and tell you about school. So just think about these pleasant interactions. So to help you think about these more strategically, I want you to pause the video and list all those pleasant interactions that occurred yesterday or in the past week, whatever you want. And the purpose of this is to help you catch those interactions by paying attention to them. And this will increase their occurrence of those behaviors and decrease the behaviors you're not particularly fond of. So again, I want you to pause the video and write down all those pleasant experiences that happened yesterday or in the past week, just to help you pay attention to them and start attending to them. Then the third technique is punishment. So if punishment is used, it should really play a minor role in any behavior changing program. So I recommend it as a minor role because punishment is not very effective in changing behavior when used alone. So it really needs to be paired with something. And if you are using a punishment, it should be used brief and mild, because the more you try to punish your child, or the more intense the punishment is, or the longer the punishment is, none of that increases the effectiveness of the punishment. So if you look back at the timeout video, you'll see that 5 to 10 minutes in timeout is all you need. Anything more, it's not more effective. So the more intense the punishment gets, the more upset everyone is. It produces more negative side effects such as aggression or the child wanting to escape from the parents. The best type of punishment is the loss of privilege, making sure you have something in mind ahead of time that is brief and that it's in your control. So a good example is taking away their cell phone for the evening, or saying no TV time for that evening, or no, your friends can't come over tonight. So making sure that it's brief and it's in your control. So to summarize, many of the techniques discussed in past videos can be adapted for adolescents. Some examples are praise, but make sure not to get too over-enthusiastic. Attending and planned ignoring. Make sure to take time to notice those good behaviors and pay attention to them more. And finally, if you are going to use punishment, make sure to use it sparingly. So, all right, I hope this is helpful. Please check out some of our other videos for more strategies. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.